Another tough week for the man formerly known as Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, who yesterday was officially stripped of his Duke of York and Prince Andrew titles in a letters patent drawn up by his brother, the King. Meanwhile, US Congress have written to the disgraced former prince, requesting that he comes to the United States or writes a letter or phones in to provide evidence against the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. So should Andrew go to America to clear his name? Let's get the views of one of the country's leading royal journalists and top biographer, Angela Levin. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
This request on the part of the US Congress will come as no surprise. Do you think that perhaps Andrew should consider this an opportunity to clear his name?
No, I don't think he wants to clear his name because he doesn't believe he's got problems. He's never done anything bad. But they can't make him. If it's not in the country, they can't compel foreigners to say anything. And the other thing is that they've written to him in a very, very polite way. Would he perhaps allow us to interview you? In other words, it's not absolutely firm. You've got to do this.
Yeah.
And so he won't. He'll run away and hide. I think the whole experience lately has been far more than he expected. And I don't think he would want to go and say anything. And I hope Beatrice should tell him not to, his elder daughter, because he made such a mess of talking to the BBC. He just rammed on. And so I think it's better for himself not to do anything and things to be found out through the letters and the emails that are going to come from the court in America. That's where you know what's going on, rather than get someone to talk to him.
But if he's got nothing to hide, Angela, why doesn't he jump on a plane? That's what you or I would do.
I don't think I would do that, even if it was nothing to do with me, because I would think I might make a fool of myself. I might actually not say the right thing. He doesn't know how to talk in an interview. That's what his daughter tried very, very hard to persuade him not to do anything.
He's not a clever man, is he?
No, he's not a clever man. And he's also puffed up about himself. And so, he always thinks he's so important, and he hasn't actually stopped feeling that about himself. So, he just says what he thinks because he feels he's such a hero, which goes right back to when he was on the sea. And it's not worth his while trying. He should shut up and not say anything for a long time.
He's now going to be living on the Sandringham estate in accommodation paid for by his brother, King Charles. It doesn't sound like much of a punishment to me. What do you think, Angela?
I think psychologically it's a huge punishment because he was so proud of being the prince. He was so proud of being the duke. He's so proud of everything. And if you saw the funeral a few weeks ago of a very, very lovely lady, and he
the Duchess of Kent.
Yes, the Duchess of Kent. He came to the front and he started making something that was funny, and he was roaring with laughter, and William was absolutely furious, as was the King. They just pretended he wasn't there. Now, if you don't know how to behave then, you wouldn't know how to behave in anything. And if he thinks he wants to tell a joke at that time, it's completely inappropriate. And I think he's full of being inappropriate. And he lies as well, so it's really it's a waste of him time trying to sort of get better. He's finished. Yeah. He's had it.
He's had it. Angela, far be it from me to defend Andrew, but in many ways, is he the fall guy given the number of celebrities and politicians linked to Jeffrey Epstein?
I don't think he's that, but I do think they've ought to go and sort out some other people whose names are very well known and not just go on him. But I think he's very important because he's very senior in a royal family. The others are not anywhere near that. But I think they've got to be interviewed. Let them go and be interviewed. They won't go for miles. You can bet yourself on that one.
What's the latest on Fergie? Because she's now been rendered homeless as a result of this deal between Andrew and Charles.
Yes, she's deciding where she wants to go. I feel not the least bit sorry for her, for her, because I wonder where she took her children to speak to, to speak to what's his name?
Oh, Jeffrey Epstein, that's right,
Jeffrey
allegedly to celebrate his release from prison.
Yes. Can you imagine anything worse than doing that with two children, 19 and 20, well, not really children, at the age that he loves to have those girls running around him? So I thought that was the most terrible thing. And I just can't believe that we should feel sorry for her. She's spent so much money, and she has had free time in their home for 30 years, and it's why I don't think she should do that.
Meanwhile, Meghan Markle returns to Hollywood. Do we know what Prince Harry's making of this? Because, of course, there are some rather handsome leading men out there.
Oh, well, she's very, very pleased about that. He said, I don't mind what she does as long as she's happy. But that's actually, have him round the neck, and he would say that, isn't it? I think it's a joke, actually. She's playing herself in this film. Now, what does that mean? She's just going to be herself? So that's not acting, is it? It's a short appearance, so that's not acting either, is it? She just wants to make herself known non-stop, and that's just what she's doing. But she can't act. She's just not very good at it, because she doesn't let herself go. She just thinks how wonderful she is, and it just doesn't work.
And briefly, just to interrupt you, I mean, I've just been looking at that footage of Prince Harry at the baseball, and then that video of him at the home cinema looking as miserable as sin. This is not a happy man in a happy marriage, is it?
Oh, no, but the marriage has been spoilt for a very long time, because she's just in charge and he's become a slave. He'll just do what she wants, but he doesn't have a right of his own to see what he wants to do.
Do you think they have a full marriage in the biblical sense? I mean, I don't wish to be, inappropriate on a morning show, but what I mean is, is it what could be described as a full and functioning marriage?
I can't comment on that one, can I?
There you go. Listen, you've dodged a curveball there. Angela, we love having you on the show. I've always been so happy to work with you in various platforms, and I'm most happy to do it here at Talk. We'll catch up again soon. Angela Levin, Royal Biographer.